Excellent afternoon, our esteemed viewers. It's a pleasurable time to be with you again on the show Real Talk with Kike. And of course, it's our off-air show interview with our distinguished guest, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal Kwam 1. As we all know, our esteemed guest, who is a famous king of Fuji music, on Monday, January 13th, was installed as the first Mayegun of Yoruba land, a title that has been conferred on one before now by the paramount ruler of Oyo Empire. He was also crowned as King of Fuji, Oluwaye Fuji Music at NTA Ibadan in 1993. He has numerous titles and accolades to his personality and career, and we can't speak less of that. Again, congratulations, sir, on the installation of your title as the Mayegun of Yoruba land. And again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here today with you. And we pray that your reign will be that of progress and prosperity to the land at large. And first, Mayegun of Yoruba land. The title is grand and it speaks authority. And can you kindly educate the public on the role of the traditional title and why you think His Royal Majesty has deemed you worthy of this title for the entire Yoruba race?
Mayegun, for every society, there must be something we call all hands must be on deck.
True.
Life itself is something that surely from time immemorial planned on a well-laid arrangement, where you have the headship, you have some hands that supported the headship to carry the day-to-day affair of the state, the nation, and that is the only way we can always get things done, because a tree does not make a forest. You do not expect where we have leadership, we don't have other hands that join hands to make sure everything about the society is well represented. And that is the only way we can keep our day-to-day life working. So on the issue of Mayegun, from different heads, we have those ones that will be the decider of a situation where we could not get ourselves heard very well. And you have other team that will be peace ambassador that will have to exercise all traces of what makes all of us live in peace and harmony that united us. We can't be united in a fight. We can only be united in a peaceful way, rather. So you have that. And then the second question to say, what makes me
the chosen one?
Then it's left for the Alayeluwas, not just Baba Alafin alone, the Alayeluwas that comprises the Yoruba race to have come into my person. Yeah, my name might be, step forward. They definitely have to deliberate on it. And when they deliberated on it and they feel it is right for them, that's when they give it to me.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And I think this leads to the other question, because when you talk about the whole entity of maybe the Yoruba race and all of that coming together, I realized that you are very close to Oba of Lagos and the rest of the Oba. How can you, I'm trying to understand the installment of Mayegun of Yoruba land from the Alaafin of Oyo, which I believe that there are some, what's it called, installment that should have come from the other Obas that you are extremely close to. Why Alaafin of Oyo installing you as the Mayegun of Yoruba land?
History tells us a whole lot happened from Oyo. That is history. That history might not be able to be going deep into that history at this moment we are, but history tells us things like that started from time immemorial from that direction.
From Oyo.
And they've been doing such from time immemorial also. So Alaafin is in the right position, the right authority to do such. Something we've all seen been happening before.
Thank you so much for that. So what do you think of traditional rulers and their contribution to the betterment of the society, especially when it comes to politics?
Number one, aside the fact that we have a central government, the headship, that brings all other people together. With Yoruba is not just the only race that comprises Nigeria. The entity Nigeria is, has a lot of others that's, that were under that umbrella of Nigeria as a nation. Then I tell you, from time immemorial, direction had always been coming from the traditional ruler, who are the direct head of their people. They are the direct head of their people. They administer the state of affairs on behalf of their people. They get to their people faster, better
than the politicians,
than the central government that is, being occupied by either politician or whatever any form they come to be. And that still gives them the power till date. That's how much importance is attached to every Oba that you see. No matter how smaller the clan, they must surely have a head. A head in person of Bale or Oba, and so on and so forth. So they were the right people.
All right, thank you. You are a legend in your field, like we all know, in the field of music, and you have also given the honors at St. John University in California, USA. Is there any legacy or foundation that you've partaked in when it comes to the art of music, or what legacy do you want to put on ground when you retire?
We're having two things here.
Yes.
We
the honors.
From the honor of Maikun, and then we switch to
the retirement.
The music.
Yes.
Well, because if it is music that you're talking about, I'm still very much agile, and I'm still doing what I'm doing
We're
best.
known for, yes.
And there's nothing retirement for now.
Yeah.
Because the office I occupy now does not say I shouldn't be working.
Okay.
Definitely, I must set a program to earn a decent life, and part of conditions, part of what they see that make them feel I could occupy this position very well is because of where I was coming from.
Your voice.
Where I was coming from, it's part of what they are judged as my, my right of, opportunity to that level. But the fact still remains. Long ago, I've had foundation series of, foundation that I have. I have a Moju Chabola Foundation. I have K1, the Ultimate Foundation, the one that takes care of very many things in the area of entertainment, about talent hunt, discovery of younger ones, and so on and so forth. And it's still very much on. I funded it myself. And it's kicking, it's growing.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what is the link or role of artists in general when it comes to politics and governance? In every country, there are always a voice when it comes to music. Are the musicians only used for campaigns during all these political rallies? Is there more to the power of the voice during the tenors of governance when these people are actually coming in?
Number one, any political organization that chooses to use music, they were trying to act very, very fast and well. Because through music, message can be passed right on time. Message can get to where we wanted to pass the message right on time. Our people oftentimes do come together when it comes to a matter of music. Going to worship God, listening to good music, and then creating an avenue for people coming together, either like through sports and stuff, make our people acted like one united family, And you can only use such area to pass message very well. So any politician you see that goes along that way knows what they were doing. They know this is the right avenue for us to reach out to people. And that's much why someone like me chooses to embrace such opportunity to be able to be able to serve as a bridge between the people and the people that govern us, the leadership. Because when you don't hear the government very well, when message is not getting to where it should, there tend to be problems. And that's why we have problem in our society. So like I said, any political group that chooses to embraces music, entertainment, sport, goes to house of worship to carry them along in passing message, then they surely have the feelings of their people at heart. So they want to get the message done quickly.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for that feedback and that response. So there's a vast controversy on your name, Ayinde, and some say it was given to you by the legendary Sikiru Ayinde barrister out of love or mentorship. And tell us a bit of your background and the clarification on this.
Number one, there's nothing to clarify there. Ayinde is Oriki. And before you know it, you see over 1,000,001 will come out and tell you, my Oriki is Ayinde. Another one could say, my Oriki is Ishola. The other one could say, my Oriki is Alabi. So everybody has their Oriki. Oriki is something that's so synonymous with the Yoruba people. They named themselves very well. Oriki Ayinde Ogo, Akanbi Okin, Ishola Okin, and so on and so forth. So I was born and named Wasiu Olasukomi. Oriki means Ayinde, Adewale, because I'm from the lineage of the Oba, and so on and so forth. So that's my given name from birth.
Okay.
That's the name given to me by my parents. My mother, she's Abike. So if my mother is Abike and my father is Adisa, and I was named Ayinde, it's not barrister. But if barrister feels good, as at the time I was with him, serving him as a good boy to him, and he chooses to be referring to me as Ayinde, thanks to Almighty God. He sees what is good in about his name and my name to feel like, okay, he bears the same Oriki with me.
And you must have been of good service to him.
Oh, yes, I am. I can boldly say that any day, anytime, anywhere, that either living or dead, when he was alive, I happens to be the most closest person to him.
Okay.
I serve him judiciously.
All right. Thank you so much on that as well. And I know that, still talking about Ayinde barrister, there were controversies making rounds as of last year regarding Sikiru Ayinde barrister, his kinship and authorship of the Fuji music, which had many fans and non-fans going abrasive when it comes online. Are there any few words you want to put out there regarding this?
Number one, I don't know how to be fueling issue that probably already gone back to rest very well.
Okay.
There's nothing controversial in the role of Sikiru Ayinde barrister as far as genre of Fuji music is concerned. Nothing controversial about it. Is the headship, is the Tuli headship. What was transfixed into the whole issue to make it look like a controversy wasn't something that should be in the first instance. If I am offspring of Ayinde barrister, there's no way I could come out openly to criticize something I am part of, something I am proudly to say I came out of. It's impossible. I can't come out to criticize my father, my mother, because I want to erase them. I can't erase them to create myself. It's impossible.
Sure.
You must have had somewhere you come from. So there's nothing like saying something different from what is already on ground. What is on ground is Ayinde barrister, yes, is the everything about Fuji music. But what we were saying then, they merged together and presented to smear someone, is what we talk about Were and Ajisari. What I said then was, if Ajiwere Ajisari had been in existence before him, I have an album that I made while he was alive, where I stated this, and he listened, he heard it. He never see anything bad in what I said. I said, when the history was coming and it got to a point, the turning point of Ajiwere Ajisari to the present stage is him. I never take the credit away from him. I can never. This is a credit that's been graciously done by him that I can't deny, neither I can attempt to erase what is already written, that is there. To talk of age, he's senior me age-wise. To talk of acceptance, I accept him. I could turn around to make a creation. Then I said my father and my mother, they are not my biological parents. It's impossible. I never said that Ayinde Barrister wasn't the creator of Fuji music. You see, we can liken many names to ourselves.
True.
He is the success that turned Ajisari to Fuji. I never dispute that.
So
I will never dispute
so
that.
listening to you now, can you say that he paved way for you and other musicians? Because
He paved way for everybody in the journey of Fuji.
Okay.
He paved way. It's there. It's something that is there. You can't be taken away from him. Neither me nor anybody could do that.
And what do you have to say to that when you hear artists like that speak on that, saying that they were just the one that actually had to work themselves to wherever they are today, not that anybody actually paved door or opened door or gave them that platform for them to be able to use?
If we have to be honest here,
yeah,
my case is different from the one you are citing as an example now.
yes,
I probably wouldn't want to dive into that.
okay,
You understand? I don't want to be misquoted. You can't discharge on something that you probably do not know the way of presentation of it. I don't want to talk about it.
yeah,
But the one of my own case is here that I've once in my life lived with Barrister. I've once in my life served Barrister. I served tutelage under him, lived under him, did everything under him. Probably say I'm the most closer person to him when he was alive. So that one is different in my case. There's no way I will come up today and say nobody ever paved way for me.
for you.
Even by allowing me to be closer to him in the first place, it's paving way for me. You can't take something. There's something you can't really take off your life because you want to present yourself like nobody dropped from the sky. We came through this world through one avenue. So that is in my own case.
All right, thank you so much for that, and I would say that is actually part of humility that people need to take on when it comes to conversations like that, and also giving credit to whoever who have helped them to wherever they are today. And I say that well done, sir, for that, and giving credit to him. So going straight to politics, you were on the bandwagon of politicians, musicians that sanctioned the governorship of Ambode, and later, very close to its tenure, the end of its tenure, we observed that there was unapologetic disapproval of his administration by you. What do you have to say to that?
Number one, this is also an issue that is far gone. I don't want to bring back. I wouldn't like. It's not my style to always want to bring back certain issue that is gone. But to set records straight, people should not. I've said this once on the national television. Sometimes when I was asked the same question. This is the issue between myself and the former governor of Lagos, Ambode, was kind of a political family. That at that point in time, people should not be part of it, because if you look at the foundation, the beginning, the coming to being of
Yeah.
Governor Ambode, I have one kind of a role that I played in it.
Correct.
So if people never judge me,
At the time?
at that time I was playing the role. Maybe something went wrong along the line. They shouldn't judge me too. If I come from nowhere to do something that probably is a judge not too good, and I was never found to be part of the beginning, anybody could say anything then.
Yeah, true.
But the fact of it is, I am part and parcel of the beginning. Even before Governor Ambode. But the way I put it, when I was asked on the national television, I said, this is a family affair that's been, that been dealt with, and we've worked
Behind
over
closed
that.
doors.
It belongs to the past. I don't like, or rather I wouldn't like to be talking on that issue. It's an issue that is already gone.
All right, thank you so much. So, on a soft note, many people think that once you sing or you are a famous politician, or a famous artist, so to speak, that you are earning, that is the only living, that is where you earn a living from. Can you please at least share some light on that, especially when it comes to, are there other lines of business that you are into at the moment, aside being a musician?
A good musician must surely have another means to add up to what you are doing. If we are to believe music is a talent, is a gift, inborn in you, not something you want to train for because you want to start earning or living on it. Mine was a gift from birth. My own was a gift. I come to this world with that gift. And good enough, my mother happens to be a singer before I was born too.
Really?
So definitely it's in my blood. And I grew up to see the love of music in me. I was playing, and I'm still playing. But I do have other things. Some musicians you see, they were medical doctors, they were trained in the university. Some were architects, some were engineers. We do read history, we read about people. So I have another job that I've been doing. I'm a technical person by training.
Okay.
I'm a technical person, I'm an electrical technical person by training. I used to work on that one. I used to use that as a form of working and earning money from. At a later time, I invest heavily on it, establish a firm that does that. I bring a lot of people together, and they were doing that for me. But because of the growing that comes my way,
Yeah, evolving.
every day that I had concentration on music. So definitely I leave that for people running for me. I have other investment that I put up myself, that I established myself. I have other businesses. I'm into dredging. I'm into very many things.
Interesting.
Oh yes, I have an engineering company that does dredging and stuff. We were there. I have a construction firm that we handle a lot of things in the society that we does well with government and earning good living from that. So not just only music that I was that face or that I'm doing.
That is a nice
I have other things that I invest my money on.
Okay. All right, let's come a little bit personal now to you. News has it that your son, Sultan Anifowoshe, allegedly had $2 million cyber crime in Chicago. Do you want to clear the air over this controversy?
There's no controversy in anything about either my son or anybody's children.
Okay.
Everybody, the society, what we're facing in the society today says, will it be my only son or my only children that had problem? There are other children of people, well-to-do people in the society, not even well-to-do people, ordinary people in the society. This man you're talking about is a young man that is of age. Definitely, it's not under age. It's not under my control. It's on his own. He's a graduate of medical. He's a dental doctor. He's a dentist. And he has his life. He's living far away from me. Whatever he does, the sin of a child should not be brought on
The father.
the parents.
The parents.
If I did not, he's not the one that sent himself to school. I did. He's not the one that raised himself. I did. If I must have raised him very well up to the age that he committed that, whatever he does to himself, says, I've led him on a good life, my own should not be cited just as the only one. This is society that we are. Everybody live to answer to whatever they were doing on their daily life. So I'm a good father because I have children that I sent to school. I have ones that I never for once go out of my lane that I created for them. If for a reason it does that, it's a young man. The man in question is over 27 years of age. So he's not a small boy. He's not underage. He's sent to school. I paid his way through all that. So I can't be. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I gave back to him. I won't come out and say no, it's not my son because he does one thing. To God Almighty be the glory. Everybody missteps in their life, and they got punished for it. And when they got punished, they are back into their normal life. They might have learned one lesson or the other from it. So I'm sure you must have learned that when the father was telling you, sit down there, if you do, it's of a lot of gain to you. And if they ask you to sit down and you don't sit down, it's your problem. But that should not be subject to anything, a pinch on me. I'm a good father. I don't see anything so special about that. No.
All right, let's go into another thing. We know that you're a man of many accessories, in quotes. So let me ask, sir, how many wives and children have you got today?
I must have engaged in a relationship before one and another. I can't relate that, yes, but presently I have only one wife to myself. And I've never gone out of way to have, loads of women at a time, no. Yes. People of this situation like I am, we see a lot of people every day. Some will show you real concern, feelings. You want to return that gesture. You find yourself enamorous. Everything I do in my life is by my making. It's never by mistake. I stand responsible for all my action in life, and I'm so proud of it. I have not gotten a life that is worse. I can't be talking about in numbers to say this one and that. I don't want to make comparison between me and anybody. True. My life is my life, and I'm living it good.
And you're taking ownership of it.
That's what I said. I said it earlier. I said I took responsibility of my life. So I'm proud. I'm proud of everything, whatever I might have done in my life, because I've never for one single second be a bad example to the society. I'm a very good example to the society. I've never stole anything in my life. I've never gone out of way. I've never been convicted of anything in my life. I've never done anything that is illegal. That is wrong. Yeah. As a person, I've always been on the right path, showcasing. And when people now focus because of the image on your side to think they could mess around with you, that's when you look like and said, my friend, mind yours, leave mine. Talk less about mine. Talk much about yours. Leave mine and talk about yours.
All right. Thank you so much for giving us that bit and that light, shedding more light on that. And I think that I like the fact that you took ownership of everything. You have no regret whatsoever. And it's a thing that I think that people have to pick on, because in life, everybody has a path to live, or there are some things that life will throw at you at times, but you learn from it, you pick from it, and you move on. And that alone, I'm going to give you credit for. Thank you so much for being extremely transparent on that. So a few years ago, you left Lagos to relocate to your hometown in Ambode. Any reason for a Fuji artist of your own renowned caliber or leaving the upland side of the city like Lagos to go and settle in that town?
Number one, this is where my parents comes from. I am lucky to come from that noble family. And at a point, I was going around everywhere, globally, to raise a good living. And the joy of it is, at the end of the day, I found a befitting a board for myself in my community where my parents gave back to me. So nothing wrong in going back home to fully rested among my people, my family. Nothing wrong. But another thing is, Ambode to Lagos is not far. At a point, I found Lagos so crowded.
Overpopulated.
So crowded that I wanted to have a very quiet, local life to myself that doesn't endanger life too much. There are a lot of, because at a point, I had a situation that was translated to be of pollution. At a point, I had a surgery, and one of the reasons given was like I got myself exposed to a lot of pollution, and I choose to go back to somewhere that is not all that overpopulated and just rest my head. That's another reason of going back there, and also that I have some other businesses around there. I have a farm. I've been involved in a farming business for a very long time. That afforded me also to be closer to those other things that I'm doing out of
other businesses. Right?
So those are the things that contributed to my going back to Ijebu. My parents are noble from Ijebu. I'm from the royal family, and I'm from the royal family, and I think it is right for me to just find myself back in the midst of my people.
Thank you so much for this interview. It has been an expose with the very first Mayegu of Yoruba land and the Fuji legend of music. And I would use this opportunity to say that thank you very much, sir, for giving us the opportunity to be here today and being so transparent with all of the questions that we've asked you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, too.
And
Thanks
so this is going to be a wrap on Real Talk with Kike off the hair, and we will be back on another episode. Bye for now.
He was sent to good school. He attended the University of Chicago. So what are we talking about here? This is a son that was raised very well. He attended very good school in Nigeria. Caleb Lolo. He attended Caleb. All his nursery primary was done at Caleb. He did well before I moved him to the United States. So what are we talking about? Here and here, the matter of the issue. You're on the issue now.
No, but there are so many issues that you won't tackle.
Yeah.
There are so many issues that you tackle there.
Yeah, it's true.
Number one.
Issues, so many issues.
It's true.
Should I feel ashamed? He's my son.
Of course not.
I should know. I'm not going to go criminal money. Criminal quantity now. Criminal quantity.
Well, I think actually the way you answer the question actually gives back, is like taking it back to the society and saying that, can you point out, even if you as an individual don't have one or two issues yourself that you are dealing with, not to talk about our children, because regardless of however we train our children, especially when they are in the Western world, there are one or two things that they will pick along the line, there are one or two mistakes that they will pick along the line as well. So can you tell me that you are clean, or you are that clean that you cannot say that, okay, there are one or two challenges or errors that have been made by yourself and also your children, regardless of how much you train them.
When Mr. President happens to be, this way.
Yeah.
When Mr. President happens to be a disciplinarian, this man is a disciplinarian to the core, the president of Nigeria. And guess what? His son one day got himself involved in an accident, riding an automobile. He's a young man. Should anybody put that on Mr. President? Would Mr. President shame his son down because he's a sitting president and not allow him to act like a young man?
No, but
so,
the issues are.
What's the issue?
Is because, sorry to say this, you journalists, you make something out of this. You're a sellable product.
No.
So,
listen, everybody is a sellable product because you come from nowhere to become
somebody.
To make a name for yourself.
You understand?
Yeah.
I started from the scratch. This is me that have served as a packer boy under someone. This is me that has been going on the street when I was young a baller boy. You know what they call baller boy?
Of course.
Baller boy were those ones that push cats. I've told baller boy. I've never in my life stole anything. I've paraded myself here and there, laboring, working seriously. And upon all, I find myself at the corridor of the university too. I get admission to the University of London to study law. I jettison it, I concentrate on my music, I was making money. So it's a multiple credit on me that lost my father when I was 1 year, my first year in secondary school, 1970. And I still find myself at the top. I am a good example to society what a struggling person should be. I've done it so well in my life that I have it at the back of my mind and my credit. I've never stole anything from anybody. So if I have all those opportunities, those chances, I never misused it. And I find myself at the top. It shows I have the grace of God going with me every time.
Diligence.
Right.
Diligence.
So for anybody to not see that, and because your son, what happened? My son.
All glory be to
I don't Geo Nigeria lójoojúmọ́. I don't give me billions of money. Don't give billions of money. Oh, I want pensioner. Somebody was accused stealing over 600 billion. Wow, Paco is living. And I said, this man also a young man. Go back to serve. To back to mistake. To back serve. To back serve punishment. In to for one, she didn't change my bed. She might just so about the